All right, we are live. I'm gonna turn down my music. Guys, welcome, 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 welcome. And where's the volume for my music? Our technical difficulties are always part of the fun.
That's right. It's not a perfect show if it doesn't have at least one
No,
technical
we
difficulty.
are just everyday, ordinary people
That's
chatting and
right.
sharing ideas and sharing tips to help other people get by this period. Welcome, everyone. My name is Queen Amina, and this show is about you and me and how we can get through this crisis that is such a surprise for us. And, it's affecting all walks of lives, affecting everybody, the young, the old, the middle age, every single person. And today we're
Mhm.
going to be talking to our single mothers. How are they managing? How are they doing with the children? The changes, like the kids before will be in school and the parents will be at work or maybe at home preparing to receive them. Now, the children are home. Teachers are not there. They're there to help online, but moms becomes the teacher, the cook, the cleaner, the caretaker, the everything, plus mom's work too. So, my goodness. Today we have Christy Nelson. She's
Hi,
going
everyone.
to be talking to us, and we have other guests that is going to be joining us. So it's sort of a panel, but she's on. So, Christy, thank you so very much for saying yes for such a short notice. You don't even know what it is. You just say the moment you heard you're giving back information that will help people, you said yes. That is a
Yeah.
heart of a kind person. Thank you for joining us. Please introduce yourself to our guests while we wait for the people to come in.
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Queen, for the opportunity. As you know, I am a communications consultant here in Windsor, Ontario.
Mhm.
My main gig is with an organization called the Windsor Essex Compassion Care Community. And what we do is we look at raising equity and improving quality of life for local citizens, starting with our most elderly and vulnerable population.
Mhm.
So it's really about helping people to create a circle of care around them so that they are supported and that they feel supported in times like this when we're in a crisis or even when we're not in a crisis. A lot of people find themselves being lonely and isolated. And, we're forced into that situation right now with COVID-19, but it's really about making sure that people are well supported. So when you ask me if I could share some tips and some ideas and some resources with the public about how they can stay connected, how they can feel and be supported during this time, it was a no brainer for me. I absolutely want to help. And from a personal standpoint, I'm a mother of one, a beautiful 11-year-old daughter. And I really look at this time as a great opportunity to just bond and reconnect with my child. And we're spending a lot of time indoors. So there's a lot of indoor activities that we're doing. We're going for walks, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So that's a little bit
Mhm.
about me.
Mhm. Thank you so very much for agreeing. Once in a while, you guys gonna see me looking away and looking back. That's because I'll be responding to a lot of questions that are coming on, and we would be sending those questions out to you later. Christy, you started by saying you work with an organization that is already doing the kind of things that we are looking for, which is helping people to get by every day. Um,
Yeah.
how did you get into that? Did you just decide to start working with these people, or it was influenced by a situation in your life, or just who you are?
Yeah. So I've always been somebody who's held community great to my heart. I left home when I was 13, 14 years old, and I really highly depended on the community to help guide me and to support me along my journey into becoming an adult. And so I found myself in front of a lot of mentors and a lot of people in the community who were just willing to lend that hand. So as an adult, I've always worked in the realm of community service. So when I went back to university about 11 years ago, I decided to focus all of my projects on non for profits and my communications, media, and film studies allowed me to create a lot of film work that was related to whatever I wanted to relate it to. So the Hospice of Windsor and Essex County was one of those organizations that I decided to focus on. They saw the great work that I did from a student perspective, and they knew somebody who was starting this Windsor Essex Compassion Care community. And they said, look, we want to link the two of you because you're a great person, you do great work, and this movement is going to be wonderful and impactful. So we think you should be part of it. So that's how I became involved with the compassionate community. And then it just snowballed from there. I started working with Community Living Essex, the Hospice, Legal Assistance of Windsor. All of these are nonprofit, mission-driven type organizations that are just willing to help support people who are underprivileged or vulnerable and don't really have the resources at their fingertips to make sure that they live life well.
Thank you guys so much for joining. If you're just coming in, we're talking today with Christie Nelson. She works with Windsor Compassion. Complete it for me, please.
Yeah, the Windsor Essex Compassion Care Community.
Okay, Windsor Access Compassion
Care
Community
Community, yes.
here in Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
From the people that are watching locally, if they want to, access such help, how can they access it?
Well, if they're online here, then they obviously have access to the internet. So by going to www.weccc.ca is going to lead you to our website, and our phone number and information is all there. And that'll give people an opportunity to look and see what type of resources we
Services.
offer, as well as the type of support and movement that this is. But in the coronavirus situation, we're lending our help to everybody and collecting a number of different resources. So we're not the only resource in the community that is available to people right now. It just depends on what you're looking for, whether you're looking for help with delivering groceries or you're looking for a food bank or medical support. There's a lot of really great resources out there to help people. And
Okay.
just if you're looking for something to do inside your own home, there's really great resources out there.
Oh, inside your own home, what do you mean? Because a lot
So
of
for
people will be
example,
interested in that right now.
yeah. So right now we're on quarantine, some of us, and
That's right.
others are just being considerate and not leaving their home unless for the necessity. So, when you think about being a single mother and having your child home instead of going to school, right? There's the school
I
element, right? So
know.
they're learning right now online through their teachers, but also there's things like the Meta Collective. And the Meta Collective, if I could just backtrack for a minute, the Meta
Please.
Collective is a um, a, a meditative group that offers services online.
Mm.
And this really is very important to me because I recently finished a 21-day meditation with Deepak Chopra, and it was very helpful to just center yourself. I used to do it first thing in the morning. So center yourself first thing in the morning, have clear and good intentions for your day, and then manifest that throughout the day. So whether you believe in meditation or not, it's one good way to spend time with yourself and your family members inside your home. You don't have to go anywhere to do meditation. And Meta Collective is a great resource to help you learn. Yoga for Everyone TV. So if you don't like meditation, maybe you like yoga, maybe you like both. So Yoga for Everyone TV is by a local woman who is an international yoga instructor. Her name's Diane Bondi. And she too is offering 2 months of free yoga instruction. So she's another person. If you love to paint, which my daughter loves to paint, she's a very artistic soul. So there's Julie's Paint Party. She does Facebook Lives on occasion, and she teaches you how to paint different canvases. Like this month or this week, it was a bunny rabbit for Easter. And then she does some adult painting as well. So Julie's Paint Party is another one. Respira Yoga is a former classmate of mine. She now lives in Italy, Sardinia, which is one of the most heavily hit areas in the world right now. And she's offering yoga online through YouTube as well. And then there's Brother Nature. Brother Nature is another former Windsorite. His name is Isaac Crosby. He's all about planting seeds, like literally planting seeds in your own home and growing your own produce. So if you're looking for things to do for the family, or if you're looking for things to do yourself and you don't want to leave your property, I mean, you can go out in your backyard, you can work in your kitchen, you can work at your dining room table. These are all ways to get not only connected with yourself, but members of your family, and have fun doing it while we're in our own surroundings, right? So, and I just wanted to make a note too. It's very important for people to get in touch with themselves. Some people are finding it challenging to stay inside, mainly because for those who are working, they associate themselves with their work so much that they don't actually get the quality time that they're getting now to spend by themselves or with the members of their family. It can be challenging for people. So it's really important to connect with self, I believe. And it's important to reconnect with those members of your family so that you can live a fruitful life while we're in this crisis, for lack of a better term. So those are some resources, and I'll name them again: the Meta Collective, Yoga for Everyone TV,
Mhm.
Julie's Paint Party,
Mhm.
Respira Yoga, and Brother Nature.
Those are perfect resources. See why this show is so important. If I didn't bring this on, I did not even know about this. So
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to check them out. Thank you so much. You said something that is so valuable to myself, and I'm pretty sure for our audience out there. You said use this time to connect with yourself.
that's right.
Can you talk more on that? Because what I found out is the same thing you're talking about. A lot of people feel that this downtime is a
Mhm.
time to rest, and they're resting so much that they become bored now,
Yes.
which for me is like, bored? No.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, we need to throw some more light on that. How to connect with
absolutely.
yourself, what to do at this downtime to
Absolutely.
get you ahead when everything comes and go.
Yeah. So, one of the ways that I like to connect with myself during this downtime is to do some writing. Whether you're writing a book or just journaling to kind of navigate your own feelings during this time, what it is you're thinking about during this time, why you're thinking about it this time, how it impacts your life on a daily basis while you're, spending time with yourself and with your family. I like to do some reflective things. That's number one. Number
Mhm.
two, I like to just accept who I am, where I am in this time. I was speaking with a woman by the name of Stephanie Renaud. She's a local author and she supports other people in writing books as well. And she said it perfectly. She's like, accept where you are at this time. If you're frustrated, be frustrated. If you're angry, be angry. If you're sad, be sad, but don't stay there. Don't live in that space.
Mm,
It's those are feelings that are meant to be temporary, and then you find ways to overcome them and you move forward. So, like I said, the first step for me is journaling, writing. The
mhm.
second step for me is just spending time with my child or spending time in nature. So, going for a walk with my child. The other day, we walked around the neighborhood and we called it Nature in the City. We took pictures of different
Wow,
nature in the city, and then we posted it online to share with people to hopefully put a smile on somebody's face, right?
that's right.
So, connecting with yourself, connecting with your family, stepping out in nature, enjoying the fact that there aren't so many cars on the street, enjoying the fact that there aren't airplanes in the sky and that you can see a clear sky with clouds and hear birds chirping. Just accept the environment that you're in right now because it's beyond our control. So, accept it,
That's
find ways
right.
to accept it. And then you can get into the productivity. So, whether it's taking a bubble bath, whether it's writing, or whether it's
Oh,
educating yourself at this time. So there's a
mhm.
wealth of news and information and workshops and online classes that you can take at this time. One agency that I like to work through is a small business center and the Epicenter. So during this time, the Epicenter at the University of Windsor offers online classes. So if you can look online at the Epicenter and you can learn things, everything from how to start a small business, to social media strategies, to connecting with people in the community. They offer a lot of great online workshops that you can tap into and just educate yourself while you're experiencing this downtime. But not only educate yourself, put some of this into action as well, right?
Mhm,
So let's
mhm.
say, for example, it's a social media workshop online through zoom.us. And so you take the workshop and then you apply some of that through your social media outlets. And just, there's always ways to grow it right now. It's just a matter of what type of person you are, what your ambitions are, what you would like to do. I mean, there's a lot of things online that can help you get where you want to go.
Obviously, you are not bored. You
I'm not bored.
can't be
No.
bored. That is so
And
exciting.
Queen, I actually work from home as a communications consultant. So this is my natural environment. I'm not used to going into an office. But I feel for those people who are used to going into an office and seeing their coworkers on a daily basis and just having that camaraderie. You can still connect with your coworkers at this time. As you see, we're doing Facebook Live.
That's
You can
right.
connect through
I
Facebook
see you.
Messenger. Yeah, you can connect through Zoom.us. You
Mm-hmm.
connect through WhatsApp. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many other ways to stay in touch. And mind you, it's not the same as the human touch, but
That's right.
hopefully you have friends and family around you at this time that you can go for a hug every now and then. But
Mm-hmm.
it's really important to know who you are, what you're about, and then where you want to go with your life. And then you
Mm-hmm.
can move forward with that, with anything that they're offering online, right?
Mm-hmm. It's so amazing that some people that, like you rightly say, are not used to staying home found this as, for lack of word, a punishment. And yeah, the reason why I'm trying to bring people from all different walks of life and experiences is, things like somebody like you that is used to staying home. So for you, it's not okay, but it's okay. It's better than the people that are never used to staying home. So guys, again, is live with Christy Nelson. She works with Windsor Access Compassion Community
Mhm.
right here in Windsor, in Ontario, Canada. And they have a lot of resources that you can go out there and, help yourself. Anything from food delivery or help, even someone to just talk to. I'm pretty sure they will
That's
have
right.
somebody that you can sit down or maybe call on the phone to talk to. And some of the ways she's keeping herself, occupied, even though she's used to staying home, just to recap, is meditation. She meditates. Mediactive is one of the online resources that you can get through that. Yoga, you can get people online. Julie paint parties
Yes.
online. If you like painting, she spoke about broader nature that teaches you how to actually grow your own produce in your home. Um, connect with yourself. We talked about this yesterday. Connecting with yourself is a very big one because a lot of times people get into professions or try to educate themselves in an area that it's not who they are. After
Yeah.
spending so much time and money in those areas, then they all of a sudden realize, oh, I don't like it. So this
Yeah.
is a good time to actually connect with yourself to find out who you really are, what you really love to do, that could become a career. Because if you're not in the space of who you are and what you love to do, what keeps you awake at night with joy, what wakes you up in the morning with joy, is that thing that if you're not doing it, you're not happy? Or what is that thing that if you're doing it, you don't want the sun to go down? That is
Hmm.
your calling, that is your purpose on earth.
Yeah.
This silent period, that's how I call it. I do not call it lockdown. I call
Yes.
it our silent moment. This is a great time to find that person inside of you so that you can prepare for the future of who you really are, and then you can find true joy. So
Hmm.
I'm just agreeing with you there. And
Yeah.
another resources that you talked about was Epicenter right here.
Yes.
Learn something. They're giving every resources of things that you can learn. Sorry, I'm gonna. Yeah, sorry about that. Some people got the link, so they connect from the back office, and then I start hearing background noises. Anyways, Thank you guys so much for joining in. Oh, wow. You are being watched from all over the world. We have Nigeria, we have Winnipeg, we have London, England, we have the Lees, uh, we have right here in Ontario. So those informations are beneficial.
Yes.
Hello, Lindiwe. Our other guest is right at the back office. I'll bring you up pretty soon. So give me a sec here. Um, Christy,
Yes.
in general, we are, the whole world is in this together. And
Yes.
we have a lot of views from different angles. The Christians are looking at it differently. The non-Christians are looking at this differently. As a mother that have a young child you are raising, how do you see this? What's your take on it? What will you
Mm.
tell your daughter if she asks you?
It's a very good question. And I just wanted to say that my beliefs don't come from religion. My beliefs come from experience, and my beliefs come from what I see around me. And what I will tell my daughter, and what my daughter will note about this time, is that this virus proposed a number of different challenges across the globe, and it compromised the health and wellness of a lot of people across the globe as well. And it put some people in a state of shock. It put the world in crisis. And it was really about coming together. As you said, we're all in this together. This pandemic is not something that is isolated to one country, or one group, one religious group, or one specific group of people. It's really relative to um, just the surprises that are thrown at us, and how we come together as community to support one another is really what people are going to remember as the positive things out of this. And hopefully people can look at the positive
Yeah.
and
So,
create the
Lindy,
positive.
are you ready? You ready? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hi, Lindiwe.
All right. Look at your beautiful woman. Oh my goodness. Guys,
Your
you have yeah, so go ahead. I will introduce you shortly.
Yes, so I was just saying, and I'll just wrap up here by saying that it doesn't have anything to do with one religious group or one group of people or one country. It has something to do with all of us. And the best way to combat this crisis is to come together as one and to really support each other, whether it be in our households, whether it be ourselves, keeping ourselves healthy, whether it be something that we can extend to the rest of the community. That's really going to be the long lasting thing that people remember, is how we approach this crisis together and not as individuals. And that's what I will share with my daughter when this crisis is over. I mean, she's old enough now that she sees what's going on. And it'll be a reminder down the road that we all need to band together to make sure that crises are overcome, and overcome in a timely and effective and efficient fashion.
It's a great opportunity to teach the children what you just said, that nothing lasts forever, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Guys, thank you guys for joining. Yeah, we have Lindy Way. Where are you? Lindy is going to be joining us. Lindy is another community contributor, is what I nicknamed her. Even though she has a profession, just like Christy, she's always giving and always supportive, always looking for a way. I saw a wonderful post from you the other day that says, I don't have much, but if you don't have food, please contact me and I will share the little that I have with you. That, like, oh my God, I saw that post. I was like, wow, you never seems to amaze me. So welcome to the show where we're just talking about how we can survive together, like Christy Nelson has been telling us, through this crisis and what to expect in the future. Christy, you spoke about coming together as a community, and these are one of the things that people will remember, the good in this. People will remember that. What should that coming together as a community look like, and how should people? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't go out. I don't know what to do. How am I supposed to help?" What,
Yeah.
yeah, what should it look like?
It looks like this. picking up the phone to call somebody, especially an elderly person, to see how they're doing. It looks like going online on Facebook to Caremongering Windsor or COVID-19 Windsor Essex and offering any type of support or resources that you have in excess of for other people who are looking for those things. It looks like taking care of yourself so that you can be of benefit to the community once this is all over and we're allowed to go outside and allowed to congregate. It looks like just eating healthy and feeding your family well and finding out ways to make sure that you are supported, whether it be calling the Windsor Essex Compassion Care community, whether it be going online to talk to a friend. It's just finding alternate ways of keeping each other healthy, including ourselves. But it starts with us, because if we're not healthy, then how can we be of benefit to everybody else in the world, right? And
That's
it's
right.
like having these conversations as well. These are
Mhm.
healthy conversations to have instead of talking about all the negative things that are happening in the world, which, by the way, studies have shown if you feed the public negative, you're going to manifest all of those things:
More negative.
anxiety, fear, all of these negative emotions you're going to manifest when you talk about all the negative all the time. And then also limiting yourself to what you're exposed to. Don't expose yourself to all the negative stuff all the time.
Mhm.
Join in conversations like this, have conversations like this, and just reap the benefits of feeling really positive about something in a crisis situation, maybe.
Mhm. By the way, I love your, I don't know what it is, your chain on your neck, beads.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
this from African World Fest in Detroit last year.
It is so gorgeous and it looks wonderful on you.
Thank
Lindiwe,
you.
are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
We lost you on the on camera. We can I can't see you. Your there. Yay. So please introduce yourself. Take this time, introduce yourself, and I would guys, I'm not forgetting your questions. I have questions for you guys. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, Lindy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lindiwe Sithole. I am a single mom of two um, young men who are 19 and 17, respectively. Christie, I should, but I've been blessed to be able to raise these two boys. I am a teacher by profession. I'm not in the teaching field, but I still teach. But I'm just working right now as a job developer, employment counselor. So
Okay.
pretty much I'm doing what I love, which is teaching and helping people to get back into the workforce in our community. And I just love, I can see Christy nodding her head and smiling.
Yes, yes.
We used to work together at some point in our lives, and it's
Yes.
a beautiful journey. So I love the Lord. I am very rooted and very grounded in Christ. I'm not perfect, just like everybody else. I just
All of us. Nobody is perfect.
to stay positive in the midst of everything that is going on. I am a very happy and cheerful person. I
Yes,
love
I know that.
I
I'm contagious.
if you look on my Twitter, you will see that one of the things I say is my smile is, my
Very
signature.
contagious.
It's just a contagious smile. So, in a nutshell, this is who I am. I was born and raised in Zimbabwe, and I've been in Canada since 2009, June 2009. So, yeah, so this is me.
So,
Thank you so much for
you're,
having me on the show.
you're very, very welcome, and thank you for the short notice for you to join us. Christy was sharing on how she's not bored at all staying home, even though a lot of people see and say that, oh my God, when is this ever going to end? How do you manage your day? She shared with us how she helps her daughter. They take a walk, they take pictures, post it. She's literally accepting where she is at this time of her life and walking through it. So, where are you at this point, and what is your advice for our viewers?
I think I'm more or less the same in the same space where Christy is. Being somebody who is very positive, who is also very full of gratitude for any situation, I am doing the best that I can to stay sane. So pretty much what I do is I always do my devotions when I get up in the morning. So that's something that is a part of me. So that has not changed. If anything, it has actually increased because I have more time to dwell more, in my spiritual life and just get myself and my spirit more and more fed. I still go to work. These days I work from home, but some of the days I have to go into the office. My kids are home like everybody else kids, and they're doing school online. I read, I sing, I play music, I dance. I love to dance. So
Yeah.
I play my music and I have a party to myself, like Christy said something that I thought was very profound in terms of making sure that we are healthy first. So if I am going to feel healthy, that means I can actually now spread that spirit to others. I refuse to look at this in a way that is going to impact me negatively because I have no control over it. For me, that's one thing that I always tell myself. If I don't have control over it, I will control what I can. So I know I can control what I'm gonna eat. I know I can control what I'm gonna hear, what I'm gonna listen to. So just like Christy said, I feel like she said everything that I was going to say.
No,
So
but it's fantastic your addition to what she said. When sometimes when people are watching stuff, when another person shows up to reinforce the points that the other person has made, it
That's
just
right.
helps to make it even more, to throw more light on it. So yeah, please go ahead.
Right. So pretty much just finding those things that enhance my positivity. Like I am on a group which was started by one guy who is a chef in the United Kingdom, and so he started this group on Facebook, and he shows recipes and teaches people different ways to cook. So I'm on this Facebook. He does a lot of lives. I've learned right now the Zimbabwean community across the world and others who have been able to join this group have been
Wow.
learning how to make buns. And they're doing like a bun challenge. People are baking buns because back home in Zimbabwe, where I come from, people are not able even to go to the stores and stuff like that. So now people are learning how can we make buns because we know Africans pretty much and other people around the world, they love bread, right?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Bread at home. They are learning how to cook vegetables in many different ways because now we have someone with those expertise. So I go on that Facebook and I listen and I learn. There's another platform again on Facebook as well that was started by a pastor, and it's the 21 days of praying, and they do it around the same time that we're on this program right now. Every day at 2 o'clock, they he is online with a different pastor or somebody who is also in the ministry, and they just share the word of God and just encourage people to stay positive. So, really, in as much as this is something that is going on, when we look back in history, we see that there's been pandemics before us and people have gone through those pandemics. Some people have lost their lives, but some people have survived and they have lived to tell the story. We don't know whether we're going to live to tell the story or we're going to be the one that are going to be lost. But God forbid, we pray and trust that we will be one of those people that will be, spared and will be able to tell the story of what is going on in this day. What a time to be alive.
I
What a time
know.
to find joy in the midst of everything that is going on. Just waking up in the morning, appreciating that we're able to breathe. We're able to have a roof above our head. We're able to have our children with us in the same
I
place,
know.
spend time. I am, like I said, I'm a single mom. My kids are very busy. One of my boys plays soccer. So being a soccer mom and a travel soccer mom, I'm all over the place. Like right now, the weather having been nice, I could have been all over the place across, the province of Ontario in the United States because he plays soccer in those areas. And I go to church. I sing in the choir. I work a full time job. My other son goes to school full time and works part-time, so I have to drop them off, pick them up. So now I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, God is speaking to me. Like, when these kids are gone, this will be you and this will be your life. Kind of like, okay, Lindy, pause, stop, take a deep breath. Just know that this is just a season. It,
Mm-hmm.
it's a season, and I think if there's anything, I I believe we should all learn something from this situation. Whether
Mm-hmm.
you learn how to take care of yourself, whether you're going to learn how to cook, whether you're going to learn how to read again. Because I used to love reading a lot, and it's something that I had kind of thrown out the window. But now I've started getting back to reading novels. And
Okay.
I have a collection of books that I'm like, okay, now I've started reading. I'm halfway through my second book, and I just keep going, right? When I get a moment to just be still. We watch movies. We've been so blessed that we're in a place where we are able to have internet. I know some people don't have the privilege of having what we have in this place. So with what we have, we try and make do and get the positive out of it. I sit down, I watch movies with my children. We talk about that movie. We talk about life in relationship to those movies that we've watched. We pray together. We clean the house together more. We become more and more closer. So I feel that we just have to try the best that we can to find the best out of this situation. Because, like what Christy said, it's not healthy to dwell in negativity. When this whole thing started, I used to follow the news, but you know what? Right now, I watch the news when I need to watch the news, but I'm not allowing myself to be consumed by what the media is saying. I am
Mm.
allowing myself to be consumed by the moment and finding the best out of it. And that's what I'm doing.
This is fantastic. Christy just spoke about that. Get used to the moment where you are. Connect with yourself. Accept what the situation is and keep yourself filled with, positivity and activities around you. Lindiwe, thank you so much for joining. Again, guys, for you that are just coming in, we're talking with single mothers today about how they are managing through this whole a temporary lockdown season, and what are the resources out there that they could share with us to be able to assess and get ourselves through this period. Again, Christy Nelson and Lindiwe, they're local residents of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and they've been working with the citizens and the community for a very long time. So this is not new for them. Well, the pandemic is new, but situations like this where they have to step out and help is really not new for both of you. So you guys are perfect people to be on this show right now to share your experiences. Before I go to the questions that came in, I personally have a question for you, both of you, and you can, just take it one at a time. My personal question to both of you is: as a single mother, with raising children in our day and age, this situation, if you switch the situation and your child is not that type that is understanding, how can you help that child to you know understand the situation? Let's say you have a child that oh mommy, I must go out, I cannot stay here, why are you keeping me at home, I finished my homework, I gotta go. How do you manage such a child? Because I know there are people going through that right now, even if they will not come out to ask you directly. Through a platform like this, they will watch the video and they can
Yeah.
gain help.
If I can answer the question, I
Yes.
would say you have to approach this with a level of compassion. There's no roadmap to how we're supposed to act during this time. There's no roadmap to how we're going to overcome this. It's very new for everybody. So if we as adults are frustrated, imagine how much more so a child who can't see their friends anymore or
Mm,
can't go outside and play at the local park with their neighbors. Imagine how they feel. So even with my own child, at the beginning, it was very tough to get her to do the homework, for example, at home.
Mhm.
It was very challenging to convince her that, you know, going outside to the park with your friends is not the right thing to do right now. It just takes time to speak the truth
Mhm.
and to honor the truth and
Mhm.
to then help your child to understand that this is the time that we're living in right now. And
Mhm.
while it's only temporary, it is going to be challenging for you to not be around your friends. But maybe let's look at alternative ways of you communicating with your friends. Let's go online. Let's go to WhatsApp and our cell phones. Let's find different ways of being one with nature, going for walks because we live in the same household. We can go for
Mhm.
walks together. We
Mhm.
can talk about your friends. We can talk about anything you want and just helping to build that trust and understanding within your child that is not necessarily adapting to the situation very well. I think it just comes with us as parents exerting a greater level of compassion and understanding for our children and having patience, a whole lot of patience. And hopefully that then transfers to your child and they become more understanding and they become more patient. And I'm saying this because I've experienced it with my own child who
Mhm.
is 11, so she comes with a greater level of understanding than somebody who's maybe 5 or 6, but
Mhm.
it still took a little bit of time. So I think I even had to exert my own patience and understanding and compassion. So, I think it starts there.
Yeah.
Lindiwe.
Thank you, Christy. So if I may ask some
Thank
questions
you.
now, I also had to experience a situation where there was a little bit of resistance in understanding that it's not okay to go and play basketball with your friends because,
Oh.
my kids are very, they like doing physical stuff. They like going out playing soccer, playing basketball, and stuff like that. So, apart from the compassionate piece, it also took a moment of just having that time to sit down and be real with each other, or just looking and making reference to the news and showing them what is happening, not just here in Canada, but across the globe, and
Hmm.
just making them understand the importance of saying, you know what, it's hard. It's even hard for me to not do the things that I do all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And so it allowed us to be able to just get that understanding that, you know what, we have to pull through and we can only pull through together. And
Yes.
agreeing in doing those things and agreeing in learning the new things that we never used to do together and now just starting a new normal because this is a new normal, so if I was in a situation really where the resistance was more and more, that's where I was gonna start from, where I'm really trying to address the reality, because
Hmm.
Mhm.
parents, we mince our words because we are afraid of how our children are going to react. But there are times when, we have to just put our foot down and just be very honest with our children and
Mhm.
allow to just know that it's just not our household, it's
Mhm.
everybody.
Mhm.
Everybody in the same boat. So I feel for those parents that are still having that challenge, but I just hope and pray and trust that one day the children will get to an understanding. And I think there's so many resources that they can tap into, where, like, for example, I know here in Windsor, Essex, Christie, you mentioned a lot of resources. I
Yeah.
can't name all
Yeah.
of them,
I
but
have them. I would.
yeah, so they can actually find things to do online. I think most of the households in Canada, for example, in Windsor, we have the privilege to access things online, and
Mhm.
Hmm.
they can go online because knowing now that they have school online, we it actually helps to reduce that. Doing schedules. I have a friend of mine who has a daughter who is 8 years old, and she was like, it's been hard because she has to work at home, but her daughter is there and she has to do school. So she was like, you know what, I had to come up with a schedule, like a daily schedule. Like, this is the time that you're going to wake up and you're going to have your daily routine. You're going to
Mhm.
take You're gonna eat your breakfast, you're gonna take your snack, all those things that they do when they go to school. I was because it helps them to keep that routine and to understand that this is the new normal and to just be themselves in
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching TV the other day, and there was a psychologist who did mention the beauty and the good things of having like a schedule, especially for the young people,
Mm-hmm.
because once they get that routine, and it becomes easier. Because like right now, some people will tell you, "Oh, I'm just gonna spend my day in my pajamas. I'm not gonna take a shower." But that's something it's not it's not a good feeling. You get up, you
Yeah.
take a shower, you feel fresh. So I having boys is something that I would like. Listen, go and take a shower. You stink.
That's right.
Going
That's
to
a
get
great one.
You know what I mean? Because it's like it's easy for them to just say, "I'm not gonna take a shower. Why should I? Because I'm not going out."
Not
No,
going out. Yeah.
because it's personal hygiene. How are you going to be clean in your mind when you can't even have your own out
Wow.
clean?
That's a perfect point right there. You know,
Yeah.
I was talking with a very young man 3 days ago. I think he was my second guest on the show. And he said mentally, for him to prepare for the day, he wakes up in the morning, he has to dress his bed and drop a coin on it to bounce back at him.
Yeah,
He has to pull the sheet tight and make
yeah,
sure everything. He said when he finishes that, well, maybe with his military background too, that teaches that. But I mean, what you just said makes sense. And me as an adult, I'm 2 times older than him and more. I learned something that day. This is why the show is so important. I started this show because I watched a friend of my very dear friend, close like a sister. She started something to help the entertainment industry, reconnect with themselves while they're home right now. And she started on Instagram. And I looked at it, I'm like, wow, this is fantastic because we have a lot of everyday ordinary people that are sitting at home that are confused.
yeah,
Nobody's bringing any good information to them. Nobody's lending any helpful information. When you turn on the media, all you see is COVID, COVID, COVID. I
yeah.
tell people every day, I said, what you need to know about this whole mess, you already know.
That's
One
right.
is there's a virus. Number two, its name is COVID virus. Number three is for you to keep safe, you maintain social distance, wash your hands, stay home, only go out if you need to,
Yeah.
sneeze in your elbow. That's all you need to know. You don't
That's
need to
right.
know the status of how many people is dying. Oh my God, my next door neighbor has exploded. Oh my goodness, somebody has. You don't need that. All you need now is okay, this is the situation. What can
It's
I
the
make out
spirit,
of
right?
this period that I have been blessed with this time to actually stay home?
Yeah.
What can you do to add to yourself when this is come and gone so that you will be ahead? And Christy shared some amazing stuff. She said, learn something,
Mm-hmm.
go online,
Mm-hmm.
register for some courses,
Mm-hmm.
catch up with old projects that you've left behind. Just like you, Lindiwe, you started reading. I started a read a book a week club. I have
Mm-hmm.
4 women there now, and please join the club. Every Sunday, we are going to come on Zoom live to discuss what book. It doesn't matter what book, Buddhism book, whatever. Just read for your knowledge. Readers are leaders. I have a mirage of book in my home that
And me
I've
too.
always wanted to read them, but never had the time. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if not to coronavirus, I would be somewhere around the world.
Yeah.
Last year alone, I traveled out of Canada 8 times. Eight
Mm-hmm.
times. Africa, I went to Africa 5 times. So thank God for this period to rest. For the past 3 years, I've not been able to sit down at home with my family. So what am I saying? People, please look at the good in this. Yes, it's painful, it hurts to be home. People are dying. Some are close relatives, some are co-workers, some are people that you know. But look at the good. How can we, get by and get past this? Because it's going to come and pass. Nothing lasts forever. So thank you guys so much for sharing all of this. Before I take questions, please follow us. Without audience, we cannot bring you guys this information. So this is how this show started, just to bring you great information that will help you. So please share the video so that your other friends will be able to connect. I see some questions coming in. I'm going to get to them very quickly. We have another show that can help you if you're in the entertainment industry. Make sure you tune into on Instagram. The handle is at Isokem IB, official Isokem IB, at official Isokem IB. The show is 7 p.m. every day, and we are with you 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. I'm going to be bringing a lot of goodies to you guys. From now till the 27th of April, believe it or not, we are fully booked. And one of the shows that I'm bringing on Thursday is with children. We want to hear from them. We want to hear how they feel. Let them air out, let them vent. Because sometimes they're afraid of mom and dad at home that they won't even say nothing. So let's
Yeah.
bring them on live,
Yeah.
to tell us their experience, tell us how they feel, tell us what they're expecting to happen. So we're going to be hearing from children. I mean, children. So it's going to be fun. We're going to be hearing from government officials. I'm bringing, possibly, I'm still trying to confirm that, police officers that are in the front line, bringing healthcare workers. I'm going to be bringing a beauty consultant to tell us what to do to remain beautiful. It's not only like until you go out that you have to stay beautiful, like Lindiwe shared. You can wake up, take your shower, do your makeup. My children came up with something that we did some weeks ago, and we're doing it again tomorrow. Actually, we're going to all be dressed up in evening dresses, believe it or not. Dad is going to wear a tuxedo, and we're going to make dinner, and we're going to set our table like we're going
Very
out
nice.
as a family to eat. So please, I'm
Very
going to
nice.
raise that challenge. Get your Easter dinner on, get your dresses on, send me pictures. And you know what? I would put up $100 for the best family Easter dinner picture. I'm going to post that. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me that idea. Yeah, the best picture that comes out will win $100. I'll put that out. So
Nice.
again, guys, please share the video. Help us spread the good news. These people are taking out of their precious time. It's all voluntary. I did not pay them anything to come on this show.
It is
They
well.
are volunteering their time, and the only way we could support them is to make sure their voices are heard so that somebody is blessed. I'm sure that is the only reward they're looking for, and that's the only reward I am looking for. Let somebody get blessed out of this
Yes.
video. Let
Yes.
me take the very first question, and that question, oops, I mean, I lost my screen now. There. So the very first question for you comes from Toby. Toby said, "A single, I am a single mother of 5 boys, and my house is very small. They are sharing space, and before the pandemic is been, I'm sorry, my light is, before the pandemic, it was easy because everyone goes out and come back just to sleep. Now everyone is home. I did not realize how little my home is. What would you advise I do with my children since no one wants to sleep on the couch?"
Well, Lindiwe, did you want to take this one, or shall I add some commenting first? I only have one, but I would say this to somebody who has multiples: find a schedule, find some activities, and get your children doing things both independently and together. Build that greater sense of unity and community within your home, whether it be helping to cook a family meal, or doing a paint party, or playing a game of cards or a game. And then if you have a backyard, make that an extension of your home. So if your
Mm,
children are used to being outside and playing, maybe they can play soccer together. Maybe they can throw a ball back and forth. Maybe they can jump rope. There's got to be things that can be done inside of the home and outside of the home to accommodate the fact that you have a larger family and that you're looking for extra things for them to do.
Yeah, I want to agree with what Chrissy just said. And, one of the things that we know is everybody wants to eat. Everybody will be happy to see some food. Maybe it's time for you guys to start learning how to cook together.
We lost
Teaching,
your camera. Okay.
I teach my kids to cook, and they take turns. Even cleaning the house is like, you know what? You also are going to participate in this. So
A
this is the
guy to cook would be a fantastic husband. I wish my husband can cook. I'll be like, yahoo! So
yeah,
that's a fantastic point. Teach the boys to cook. So when they get married, they
yeah,
would be a husband that cooks. You
Yeah.
yeah.
know,
How to cook,
fantastic.
how to just make your house look nice, arranging things in the house, and just and ask them what they would like to do as well.
Yes.
Because I think one of the things is speaking from a background of being an African mom. I come from a background where whatever my parents said was that's what goes, right? And so,
Oh, my children should come hear this.
so it's something where right now we are in a culture where everybody's voice needs to be heard.
That's right.
Mm,
A place where, as a parent, I have to step out of that zone and allow my children to say, you know what, mom, why don't you do this and that and that? And then we discuss and find a common ground and,
Yes.
what their views as well, because that will not only empower them, but that will enhance their confidence even in their thoughts. Like, oh, you know what? I came up with an idea and mom took it and ran with it. All right.
Yeah.
So let's empower our children even through the moments of this pandemic where we're finding and listening to their ideas and supporting their ideas. And, like Christy said, somebody can be in the kitchen, somebody can be in the bathroom, cleaning the bathroom, the other person in the living room. We're all done, and then we come all together in the kitchen. We start preparing dinner together. Someone is chopping onions,
fantastic.
someone is chopping tomatoes, and,
Mhm.
all take turns to do something together. And
Yeah.
it allows us, we can be able to all go outside, even with mom as well. Don't just say, okay, I'm mom, I'm not going to spend time with you and do the fun
Yes.
stuff that you like to do. Participate in those events that they also like to do and encourage them to just understand that it's a season, it'll
That
pass.
is so
Yeah.
fantastic.
Lynn,
Again, thank you guys for the people that are just joining in. No, Auntie Funcious, you're not late. You still get the video is still going to be online. Yes, good. The video is going to be online. Do go. I'm going to take questions quickly. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys are going to get through all the questions. I think I opened a can of worms.
I have to go soon because I
Yes,
have
okay.
prescription.
Okay.
The pharmacy they close soon, and also
Okay, perfect.
another thing was I was gonna say, it's good to just be able, if we are able to just spread that help, reach out to those that are not able to do it for themselves. Like
yeah.
I'm going to pick up groceries for a man in my community who's, he's disabled. He doesn't drive. I've been blessed to be a blessing, so I'm gonna be doing that. There
You are my hero right there.
back home, food I cooked. I called all my Zimbabwean people that I know. I made
Wow.
4 containers of that food, and it was like, oh my God, you brought memories from home. So those little
Wow.
things. I have a friend who has a daughter who is who just turned 5 today. So shout out to Nandi. She turned 5 today.
Hey, Nandi.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, yesterday we did sing a happy birthday. So together, let's all sing a quick happy birthday to Nandi. And
Oh,
you should tag her this video because
thank
we are just about to make her day. So in
you.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Happy
Happy birthday
birthday to
to you.
you. Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Nancy.
Nancy.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
you. Woo! This is what we're talking about.
son, because my other son is at work, I'm gonna go with my other son and
Please go
alone
ahead.
drive around the neighborhood, and we're gonna pop up the
Wow.
area outside and take a video of that. And
That is a fantastic idea. So you're just going to do balloons and go around the neighborhood, keeping your social distancing, but still celebrating this birthday.
yes,
Coronavirus cannot stop us.
I'm
They
telling
go,
That's
tell
right.
Obama, they go low, we go high. God bless you so, so very much. We will catch up again. Thank you so much, Lindiwe. God
you. Have
bless
a
you. Have a
wonderful day.
fantastic
God
day.
bless you. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
everything you're doing.
You're
Christine,
very
nice seeing
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Blessings in the
you.
way. Thank you.
Take care. Bye for
Oh,
now.
this is so. What do you say about this show? Isn't it amazing to just put a smile on somebody's face? You know, a lot of people listening to us. Thank you guys so much. Christy too had told me she only have 30 minutes, and she spent an hour already with us.
I
An
did.
hour.
And before we go, if I could just stress two things. A lot of really valuable information was shared today.
Yes,
I
and
want
please
to
take
stress.
one or two questions before you go, please.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
before you go, because I promise my audience that we will be taking questions and I don't want to disappoint them.
Okay.
Yeah, before you round up for me, one question is Julie Paint, not Julie Party. Odugbo campaign, it's Julie Paint.
It's Julie's paint party.
Okay, Julie's Paint Party. I'm going to type that up when we
And
finish.
it's on Facebook.
Okay, Facebook, Julie's Paint Party. So give me a thumbs up if that's what you're asking for. Correct spelling? Julie, Julie, Paint,
Apostrophe S,
apostrophe S, Paint Party on
paint
Facebook.
party. Yes.
All right. Oh, okay. So official Isokem IB show today is 4 p.m. Sorry, guys, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram. So please join her. Punchos, thank you so much for joining. So let me quickly take this question. I would send you the other questions. Maybe you answer and I can send it on WhatsApp because those
Okay.
questions came on WhatsApp. We
Yes.
can do that. But
Okay.
this one is live on Facebook. Ishoma, she said, "Oh, yesterday was her birthday. We sang happy birthday
Happy
to her."
birthday. Yeah.
Yeah. So she said most children are frustrated and have nothing else to do after the online classes except playing games. This keeps them awake through the night. What advice do you have to parents dealing with such? I am dealing with that. My
Yeah.
kids
So there's
don't
a
go
lot
to
of
bed.
emotional things happening right now. So whether you're a frontline worker and your children are dealing with anxiety of you going to work and potentially being one of those people who catches COVID-19, or whether it's children at home trying to deal with the fact that they cannot go outside and play with their friends. I think it goes back to what I said. You have to lead with a sense of compassion and understanding. And like Lindiwe said, you have to have them allow their voices to be heard. Allow your children to talk things out. There's also a couple of websites that I can refer people to. So the Child Mind Institute. So the Child Mind Institute offers some great articles about talking to children about COVID-19, the coronavirus, and how they can get through these hard times. You really need to lean on the experts at these times. And I'm not an expert, but there's also psychologytoday.com, which also talks about parenting smarter kids, talk to kids and teens about the coronavirus. So you really need to, and that's one of the comments that I wanted to make to wrap things up is, just as much as you're willing to help other people, don't be afraid to ask for help yourself or
That's
to
right.
look for that help online. And
Mhm.
those are two key websites that you can go to find out how to help your child cope during this time, and therefore you're helping yourself as a parent in the process. So Child Mind Institute and Psychology Today. And I believe the World Health Organization has some information online as well. And then ementalhealth.com can also offer you some support as well. And that's
Perfect.
just through reading and applying whatever you've read. Apply whatever you read. It's like I said, get that education, then apply whatever you've read to your
Mhm.
day-to-day life and the life
Mhm.
of your children. It's so crucial right now. You know, children are so sensitive to begin with, right? Because they're
That's
still
right.
growing, they're still learning, they're still malleable. Now's the time for you to become a specialist in your own child and
Yep.
why they're behaving the way they behave and how they behave, and then talking to them and letting them express themselves as to what's going on in their mind at this time. And genuinely, and I know we all care for our children, just be genuine in your thoughts and in your conversation with your children. Children are smart. They're very smart.
They
And
know.
we
They
have to give
know.
them that credit, and we
Mhm.
have to give them that space to express themselves too. So there's some resources, and there's my thought on that question. So thank you. It was a very good question.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to like maybe leave the other questions there on WhatsApp so we can respond back to them on WhatsApp since I have their number. So please give us your last thought and yeah, thank you so much, Christy. You have you made my day. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No problem. So my final thoughts are just we're all in this together. Nobody's in alone in this. Be expressive as much as you can, whether it's writing or speaking to somebody. If you're home alone and you need some help, pick up the phone and call somebody. Call a friend, call a crisis hotline, call a neighbor, call somebody to get that extra support that you need for yourself and your family. And always just remember this is temporary. The corona crisis is not going to last forever. We're going to find some way of coping with this on a world scale. And then things will be back to maybe not as normal as they were before. Hopefully, you've grown and developed over this time by practicing self care or educating yourself and finding a support in others as well as supporting others to grow and develop at this time. It really is a community effort. And
Mhm.
those are my final thoughts. And thank you very much, Queen, for having me.
Thank you so much, Christy. God bless you. I truly, truly appreciate you. And we'll catch up again because
Sounds good.
I will be bringing you, not mine. I'll be bringing you back again because there's something called post crisis, right? So
There is.
we would love to see how you're doing after all this is over again. So thank
Okay.
you, thank you, thank you. God
Thank
bless
you.
you. Have
Blessings
a
to you.
wonderful day.
You as well. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much again for joining. This is Chat Life with Queen Amina. And earlier I said we are going over to Instagram at official Isokem IB on IG by 4 p.m. So don't forget, join us. It's another wonderful show where she's sharing tips and strategies and resourceful information for entertainment for the entertainment industry. Anyone in the entertainment industry and even the general audience, please join us live on IG this evening by 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will be coming every day for now. Every day for now. Yeah, I mean for now. By 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live. Okay, just to bring you information. We have loads of shows lined up. Don't forget to join us on Friday. Next week Friday is gonna be super interesting because it's just going to be all entertainment. We're bringing musicians that are going to be performing live. Yes, live for you. So we're going to bring drummers, saxophonists, percussionists, the singer. So about 4 performers we're going to have on Friday. So don't miss out. And I have your favorite guy coming on Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday, don't forget Mr. Ibo, a Nollywood actor, and also Mama G, your favorite actress, Nollywood actress, all the way from Nigeria. She is going to be coming on live. She's going to be sharing with us the book of Revelation, which speaks to this period, this season that we are in. So she's going to be teaching us and sharing with us what is going on tomorrow. We have a pastor that is going to come on, and he's a well known pastor. He's going to be coming on. And any question you have in the areas of anything, please bring your question on, and he would be willing to respond to those questions live here with us. So, again, thank you. Don't forget to share the video. Somebody hosted a watch party with my video yesterday, and thank you so much. I saw it, I joined it. He's one of my friends on Facebook. Thank you so much for doing that for us. Again, we are just bringing everyday ordinary people sharing real stories, real time, real situations to help us get through this time. I am going to leave you on camera, but I am not leaving you in my heart. So God bless you. Have a fantastic day.